Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing another video for you guys. I'm gonna another off-roading video. This time I'm going to do it as a Gladiator video. This is the Beyond the Pave series. The first video I did as my as a personal video, mostly because I didn't feel that it had any, I guess, educational value. You know, I wanted to hit this trail one more time with my MSP with the current setup that it has. It's not set up for off-roading at all. It has the Nikola pedals on. They've been filed pretty flat, and it still has the street tire on it. I am in the process of getting an off-road tire. However, that hasn't arrived yet, and I've decided to set my MSP up as strictly an off-road wheel at this point. So I wanted to do this trail because I thought it would be pretty challenging. It's a pretty technical trail. It has all the things that make trails technical. Bottom line is, this trail has camber, it has exposure, it has narrow widths, it has many blind curves, and it's very steep. It has a lot of steep inclines. So it's a very technical trail. I've never taken my MSP on this portion. I have taken my 16X, however, and it did fine. So I'm fairly confident that the MSP will do fine. That's like my new favorite off-road wheel, and I always talk the MSP up as like, oh, the best off-road wheel ever. But the reality is that, yeah, it is, in my opinion. But that's not to say that other wheels are not, adequate, or up to the task. There are plenty of wheels that are. Most of the big wheels are. They will all get through this trail, I think, fairly adequately. You might not be as impressed with those wheels and their power and so on and so forth as you would if you were riding an MSP through the same section of trail. But they will all get the job done. Make no mistake. From the Nikola Plus, the MSX, the King Song 18XL, the 16X, whatever any big large wheel will actually do okay off-road. They're all adequate for it. They're all good enough. If you have one wheel, don't feel like, oh, I don't have an off-road wheel, I don't have an MSP, or I don't have a 16X, or I don't have a Monster, I can't go through this trail. You can't. They all do pretty well. But what I'm saying about the MSP is I think it's the best, of a series of fairly adequate wheels at off-roading. So I think the MSP is the top of the heap for that. But surely all other wheels are pretty good at this. So what I'm going to do is run you through this trail, and my goal today is to just get a feeling of what it's like to go through this section of trail on a drier day with the wheel set up for street, so that I can later come back with my wheel set up properly and run the same section of trail with the wheel properly set up too, so I can take note of the differences. And that's pretty much the educational value of the trail. I'm just going to take you along, because this is a pretty amazing section of trail that we have in DC. I'm always bragging about the trails in DC, and this is, you'll see some of the reason that I do that today. So people, I always hear people say, oh, I like street riding more. Street riding is so much more fun. Excuse me. And the first thought that actually pops into my head when I hear that is, damn, the trails must suck where you live. That's not something that I have personal experience with, trails that suck. So, maybe if if you rode these trails, that might change your mind. I don't know. Maybe you just like street riding that much. It's cool. I love it too. But I know that off-road riding can absolutely be just as much fun as riding on the street if you have the right trails to ride. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and, jump on this thing. My goal is not to, ride through here too fast today, because, it's a very technical trail. There are a lot of blind curves and bikers and hikers on this trail. So, definitely want, it's a pretty steep grade. You definitely want to be conscious of the fact that there are lots of people on the trail. Here's a little section of the trail you'll get to see, and again, I'm not going to be going through here too fast today at all, because again, it's a very technical trail. There's a lot of blind curves. There's a lot of sometimes bikers and hikers on the trail, and you know, you could easily get into an accident on this trail. And I tried to do it early today. It's like 9:30. I tried to do it early today so it will be less populated, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it is less populated, so I can get through this run without too much hassle. And again, I've got street tires on this thing, so I'm being very careful. I want to make sure my traction is okay. But so far, so good. Holding this camera in my good hand, this weight, the weight of it would actually be too much for my right hand. So yeah, we're gonna manage today though. I'm not really blazing through here, but I'm still having a lot of fun, guys. This trail is just that much fun. Can't wait to have knobbies on this thing. I'm telling you, just can't wait. So much fun. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun through here when that happens. Woo! That was an incredibly steep grade. I don't know if the camera caught that. This section you have steep camber and heavy exposure. Pretty much a straight drop off on my left. So if I drop my wheel here, it's gone, basically. If I drop my wheel here, it's gone. That's pretty much how serious it is. Time to buy a new wheel. So on a trail like this, you need brakes more than you need acceleration. So owing to that, I've made a technical adjustment. I've shifted my feet further back on the platforms, and obviously closer in. These are things that are going to help you, or that help me on a trail like this, because as you can see on this wheel, I have no power pads or, you know, anything to help me keep contact with the wheel as I'm going through over all this technical terrain. It's just my feet on the platforms, and these are some very flat platforms. These are the Nikola pedals. So I'm totally winging it, and already I can just tell you, you know, this is not a good idea, okay? To come through here with these Nikola pedals on, flat pedals, and pretty much, you know, pretty much just straight street tires. You know, it's just not a good idea, because you're putting yourself at more risk, and I'm putting myself at more risk right now. I don't feel like it's too much risk as long as I'm careful, but if you come through here thinking it's hunky-dory to just, you know, to have on a regular basis, thinking it's okay to have a street tire on this thing, you're gonna have a tough time on this trail, I can tell you that. So, you know, that's my tip. If you like to off-road, you know, if you really do like to off-road, my recommendation is that you make sure you have, you know, and at least an all-terrain tire, a dual tire, an off-road tire. You know, all these things will help make this experience a lot more fun and safe for you. Because of the kind of tire that I have, I'm really not extracting everything that this wheel is capable of on this trail, you know. Right, because today is more important for me to be safe and just to get through it. Again, I'm still nursing that injury, so I damn sure don't want to fall, you know. Definitely don't want to fall and bust that wrist, re-injure that wrist. So that alone increases the risk for me a lot, being on this trail. So don't expect to see any, you know, high jumps and shit like that. That ain't happening today. And on the really technical portions, there's some portions that, you know, may be passable with a different setup, but I'm kind of like jumping off the wheel and walking through those sections because it's safer, you know. On this trail, there are not that many such sections, because this trail is designed for the bikes, you know, be a nice pump track. You're seeing that. Steep grade. But even with street tires on, I am pretty impressed with this MSP. It is. It's a pretty impressive wheel, you know, on this type of terrain. If you like speed, you won't find it that impressive. If you're used to going 40 plus, you know, hence the reason there's so many versions of the there are a couple of versions of the MSP now, because the MSP was not the complete replacement for the MSX 100 volt that, in my opinion, it should have been. I mean, you know, if I have a disappointment, that's the one disappointment, that the MSP was not a complete, holistic replacement for the MSX 100 volt. I feel that it should have bested it, you know, that new wheels should be better in every way than the outgoing wheels. Otherwise, there's no point in, you know, really changing anything, you know, unless you're just going to do another version of the same wheel, which maybe that's what the MSP should have been. You know, a newer version or an upgraded version, an additional offering, you know, of the MSX 100 volt maybe. I'm glad it's here because there's some very, very significant upgrades that I think you know, I like a lot better, and because of those upgrades, you know, I think it's a much better wheel than the 100 volt MSX. in every way except the aforementioned manner, top speed. I actually love the torque on the street too, but I do not like the fact that the you know, as much. I don't like it as much that the warnings come on so early. I wish that wasn't, you know, a part of the performance aspect or characteristic of this wheel. When I'm on the street, I'd use it on the street a lot more if that were the case. But I ride off-road enough that that wasn't a deal breaker for me, you know, like it would be for some other people, like it obviously was. Which is why you have, you know, the 2,000 watt versions now, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. Woo! Steep ass grade. Another one. Just gotta dig in when you hit these grades. That first one felt like it was almost vertical. I have to actually put a thing on it so I can see how steep it actually was. But it was very steep. And MSP just kind of ate it, even with these terrain tires on it. Because it's dry today. You know, it's pretty dry through here, so that's good. I knew I'd have more fun on a drier day than I did on that wet day I initially showed you. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. Give it to me. Come on. Oh shit, this is almost vertical. Come on. Yeah. 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 I'm psyched. That was awesome. Psyched up on that. Whew. All right. This is fun, but now I'm looking forward to bath time when I get home. I'm sweating like crazy. Man, my wrist is getting tired from holding this camera. I mean, to truly appreciate this wheel, you basically have to, you know, do this. You really do. You basically have to do this, because this is where this wheel just like shines over everything else out there. I mean, that's just, in my opinion, that's just me spitting facts, you know. That's just me spitting facts. The facts of life, Slim. The facts of life. Hold tight, hold tight. Like I said, I'm not taking any unnecessary risks today. Other than the unnecessary risk I've already taken. Aside from that. Okay. Oh, fuck, that hurt it. That hurt a lot. Fuck. That wasn't a good idea. Give me a second. Still can't put pressure on this wrist. Ooh, ouch. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. Hey. How are you? All right. So it was a good idea to come through here earlier today, because trust me, This place is crazy when the sun is higher in the sky. It gets nutty. So yeah, that's what it is. Steep grade. Get up there, yeah. This is fun as shit. I have to tell you, I'm having incredible fun, even with the disadvantages inherent to my setup right now. This is crazy fun. It ain't always all about speed, you know. There's 1,000 ways to have fun on the wheel, and this is just one of the many. All right. Yes, sir. This is how I do it. All right. So this video is about to end. I'm done. Made the loop. God, that takes so much longer when I'm hiking. That takes a lot longer when I'm hiking. Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah. So that's that, folks. I believe. That's all, folks. Oh, and thanks for watching. Peace.